Articulation! I'm as strong as Goku and Vegeta combined, and then some!
Showtime. Today I present to you Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And this figure, it's a great figure. Let me start off by saying that. It's a great figure, but they've definitely done some weird things with this figure. Like it seems very experimental. I'll explain what I mean by that as we go on to the review. First things first. Get straight into the nitty gritty. Articulation. The head looks down about that far. Looks up, kind of impeded by the collar on his jacket. Side to side movement. It's all right. Nothing special. Arm movement. Can rotate his arm all the way around. The thing on his arm, the little, I guess, the short sleeves, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, rotate with his arm. So that's not an issue. Now going all the way out to the side, can't go all the way out because this part bumps into here. So that could be better. I don't know how they would engineer that, but that could be better. As usual, cut at the top of the bicep, double hinge elbow. A little bit better than get a decent acute angle. It could be even better though. Could be even better. Torso. This man can lean back pretty well, but just so you know, you get a little gapping right here. So that's gonna look ugly for your photos. So just be mindful of that. I like the movement. I don't like the gapping. He can crunch pretty well, you know? Like, I'm kind of shocked. They got it right with this figure. He could crunch decently well. And this figure is like an anomaly with this body type. With this, older body type. And it's technically not even a 2.0. It's like a 2.5 body type. And you might be able to see already why. But, as we get into his belt tie rotates. Kind of slight waist rotation, not a whole lot. I wouldn't force it. You don't want to break your figure. Hinge on the wrist, swivel. All your standard stuff. I don't really like this design for the shoulder things. I hope they design that better. For like a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I hope they figure a way to engineer that better. But, that's my own personal preference. A lot of people may like this floating piece. I don't personally. I think there has to be a way where they can engineer it to where because I think this looks a little silly. I don't like the way that looks. But what are you going to do? Legs. Can kick forward very nicely. If we could get, let's see. Yeah. A little bit better than 90, really. He can bring his leg back all the way. It goes out to the side a little bit, to be honest. And here's the thing. Look at the splits. Now, for a long time, I thought this was sporting like the regular 2.0 body, but it's not. That same problem that I always, if you've watched any of my other videos, like Super Buu or any other videos where I talk about 2.0 hips, I'm going to bring a 2.0 thing. And Super Buu Gogeta has basically a scaled down version of Super Buu. I want y'all to look at the difference between the hips. You can see there's more spacing right here. And that's what's allowing for more of the split movement. This is the janky 2.0. This is kind of like the 2.50. Y'all can see what I was talking about. Gogeta's like the perfect example. I wonder why they didn't stick with this design. Now, in a way, I'm kind of happy they didn't stick with this design because I like the way the 4.0 body legs look aesthetically. Now, the trade-off is that, you know, they gave him some butt, some buns, so he can't move his leg back. But not a super big deal for me. But yeah, the Gogeta legs are basically a scaled down version of what Super Buu has. And it works perfectly. It works really good. So the articulation on this guy is actually some of the best that I've seen for like a Goku kind of body, a Goku Gohan kind of body. Ankle rocker works decently. Going forward, not too much. As you can see, toe hinge going down, pretty good. Overall, articulation on this figure, I would say is great. The neck could use some work. Funny enough, neck is probably one of the weaker parts of the figure. Those shoulders can be engineered better. I think they're a bit dated. But you know, hopefully, for when they inevitably release Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, some of these things will be fixed. But next, we'll move on to accessories. For accessories, we have one yelling face, one base Gogeta head with a smirk, one kind of stern face with the blue hair, a smirking face with the blue hair. And you know, just as a side note, I think it would have been cool if we got like one base head, one Super Saiyan head, and one blue head. I think that would have worked fine. But just a preference. Two fist Saiyans, two Kamehameha / grabbing hands, two blast, open palm kind of blasty hands, and two kind of martial arts, your standard martial art pose hands. Overall, the accessories are fine. It's not exceptional or anything like that. I think, for the most part, like I think, if anything, I would have added, like I said, a Super Saiyan head, and I would have added the his rainbow ball, Stardust Punisher, or Soul Punisher, whatever you want to call it, Stardust Breaker, whatever it's called. I think the articulation is like one of the strongest points of this figure. The paint and whatever, it's not super complex. I like the subtle shading on the pants. I think it could use more shading to make that sculpt really pop, especially on like the skin tones and stuff, but it's not bad at all. The hair is done nicely. Overall, it has a nice likeness to the source material. Is it the best likeness that I've seen in this line? No. But it is a great likeness. It's definitely I think this is this is definitely a must pick up. If you got any of the other 2.0 bodies, and this I would consider like a 2.5 body, this is definitely a must pick up for your collection, especially if you're a Dragon Ball fan. Now, if you just for whatever reason don't like Gogeta, then I guess you don't pick it up. But this is definitely a dope figure. Go ahead and buy it. Out of 10, I give this guy like an 8.5 out of 10. I want to give him a 9, but like the painting, like in order for me to bump him up to a 9, I think the painting would have to be on point. And the painting is good, but it's not anything to write home about. Like it's good. The standard is clean, everything, nothing is sloppy. But overall, yeah, definitely pick up this figure. Until next time, the reverse flow out.